The Secret of the Veda, Chapter 7, Varuna-Mitra and the Truth. Varuna and Mitra are two of the four gods who represent the working of the truth in the human mind and temperament. They accomplish or perfect the state of the intellect full of a rich and bright mental activity. Mitra is possessed of a purified judgment. Varuna destroys all herders or enemies. In the Veda there are no merely ornamental epithets. Every word is meant to tell, to add something to the sense and bear a strict relation to the thought of the sentence in which it occurs. There are two obstacles which prevent the intellect from being a perfect and luminous mirror of the truth consciousness. First, impurity of the discernment or discriminative faculty, which leads to confusion of the truth. Secondly, the many causes or influences which interfere with the growth of the truth by limiting its full application or by breaking up the connections and harmony of the thoughts that express it, and which thus bring about poverty and falsification of its contents. Varuna in the Veda is always characterized as a power of wideness and purity. When, therefore, he is present in man as a conscious force of the truth, all that limits and hurts the nature by introducing into it fault, sin, and evil is destroyed by contact with him. He is Rishadas, destroyer of the enemy, of all that seek to injure the growth. Mitra, a power like Varuna of the light and truth, especially represents love, joy, and harmony, the foundations of Mayas, the Vedic beatitude. Working with the purity of Varuna and imparting that purity to the discernment, he enables it to get rid of all discords and confusions and establishes the right working of the strong and luminous intellect. Varuna is described finally as a vast thinker and guardian of the truth. In him, it is said, all wisdoms are lodged and gathered up into their notice. He is the divine seer, who nurtures the seer knowings of man as if heaven were increasing its form. Varuna is the ethereal, oceanic, infinite king of wide being, wide knowledge, and wide might, a manifestation of the one God's active omniscience and omnipotence, a mighty guardian of the truth, punisher and healer, lord of the noose and releaser from the cords, who leads thought and action towards the vast light and power of remote and high uplifted truth. Varuna is the king of all kingdoms and of all divine and mortal beings. Earth and heaven and every world are only his provinces. If the purity, infinity, strong royalty of Varuna are the grand framework and majestic substance of the divine being, Mitra is its beauty and perfection. To be infinite, pure, a king over oneself, and a master soul must be the nature of the divine man, because so he shares in the nature of God. But the Vedic ideal is not satisfied simply with a large, unfulfilled plan of the divine image. There must be noble and rich contents in this vast continent. The many-roomed tenement of our being, contained in Varuna, has to be ordered by Mitra in the right harmony of its utility and its equipment. For the Godhead is a plenitude as well as an infinity. Mitra is the harmonizer, Mitra the builder, Mitra, the constituent light, Mitra, the God who affects the right unity of which Varuna is the substance and the infinitely self-enlarging periphery. These two kings are complementary to each other in their nature and their divine works. In them we find, and by them we gain, harmony and largeness. We see in the Godhead and increase in ourselves purity without defect, basing love faultless in wisdom. Rig Veda, Mandala I, Sukta 2.
ऋषि मधुच्छंदस देवता वायु इंद्रवायु मित्रावरुणौ ओम वायवायाहि दर्शते मे सोमा अलंकृताः तेषां पाहि श्रुधि हवम् वाय उक्थेभिर्जरन्ते त्वामच्छाजरितारः सुतसोमा अहर्विदः वायो तव प्रपृञ्चति धेनाजिगाति दाशुषे ऊची सोमपीतये इन्द्रवायु इमे सुता उपप्रयोभिरागतम् इन्दवो वा मुशन्तिः वायविन्द्रश्च चेतथः सुतानां वाजिनीवसु तावायात्तमुपद्रवत् वायविन्द्रश्च सुन्वत आयात्तमुपनिष्कृतं मक्षू इत्था धिया नर मित्रं हुवे पूतदक्षं वरुणं च ऋषादसं धियं घृताचीं साधन्ता ऋतेन मित्रावरुणावृता वृधा वृतस्पृशा क्रतुं बृहन्तमाशाथे कवीनो मित्रावरुणा तु विजाता उरुक्षया दक्षं दधाते अपसम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Mandala I, Sukta 2. For this hymn, only the last 3 Riks are available in translation, the 3 which deal directly with our topic of Varuna-Mitra and the truth. Riks 7 to 9. Om. I invoke Mitra of purified discernment, and Varuna, destroyer of our foes, perfecting a bright understanding. By truth, Mitra and Varuna, truth increasing, truth touching, attain a mighty work. For us, Mitra and Varuna, seers, multiply born, wide housed, uphold the discernment that does the work. Om, peace, peace, peace. We find in this second hymn of the first mandala again the same governing ideas as in the first. All is based on the central Vedic conception of the supramental or truth consciousness, towards which the progressively perfected mentality of the human being labors, as towards a consummation and a goal. In the first hymn, this is merely stated as the aim of the sacrifice and the characteristic work of Agni. The second hymn indicates the preliminary work of preparation by Indra and Vayu, by Mitra and Varuna, of the ordinary mentality of man through the force of the Ananda and the increasing growth of the truth. We shall find that the whole of the Rig Veda is practically a constant variation on this double theme: the preparation of the human being in mind and body, and the fulfillment of the Godhead or immortality in him by his attainment and development of the truth and the beatitude. The next hymn is the fifth mandala, Sukta 66, hymn to Mitra Varuna. Sri Aurobindo comments thus on this hymn: the givers of self-rule. The Rishi invokes Varuna, the vast form of the truth, and Mitra, the beloved, Godhead of its harmonies and large bliss, who conquer for us the perfect force of our true and infinite being, to change our imperfect human nature into the image of their divine workings. Then the solar heaven of the truth is manifested within us. Its wide pasture of herding illuminations becomes the field of journeying of our chariots. The high thoughts of the seers, their purified discernment, their rapid inspirations become ours. Our very earth becomes the world of that vast truth. For then there is the perfect movement, the transcendence of this darkness of sin and suffering. We arrive at self-empire, a rich, full, and vast possession of our infinite being.
ऋषि रातहव्य आत्रेयः देवते मित्रावरुणौ ॐ आचिकेतान सुक्रतु देवौ मर्तरिषादसा वरुणाय ऋतपेशसे दधीत प्रयसे महे ताहि क्षत्रमविहृतं सम्यग सूर्यमाशाते अधव्रते वमानुषं सुवर्णं धायिदर्शतं तावामेषे रथानामुर्वीं गव्यूतिमेषां रातहव्यस्य सुष्ठुतिं दधृक्स्तोमैर्मनामहे अधाहि काव्या युवं दक्षस्य पूर्भिरद्भुता निकेतुना जनानां चिकेथे पूतदक्षसा तदृतं पृथिवी बृहच्छ्रव एष ऋषीणां जयसो नो वरं पृथ्वतिक्षरन्ति यामभिः आयद्वामीन्यचक्षसा मित्र वयं च सूरयः व्यचिष्ठे बहुपायेयते महिस्वराज्ये ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Om. O mortal who awakenest to knowledge, call to thee the two Godheads who are perfect in will and destroyers of thy enemy. Direct your thoughts to Varuna, of whom truth is the form, and to the great delight. For it is they who attain to the undistorted force and the entire mightiness. Then shall thy humanity become as if the workings of these gods. It is as if the visible heaven of light were founded in thee. Therefore you, O gods, I desire, for the rushing of these chariots, your wide pasture of the herds. Forcefully by our hymns, our mind seize on his perfect affirmation when the God receives our bounteous offerings. Then indeed, O transcendent Godheads, you conquer the seer wisdoms by the full floodings of the illumined discernment. You perceive knowledge for these human creatures by a perception in which the judgment is purified. O wide earth, that vast, that truth for the movement of inspired knowledge of the sages. Widely the twain speed with full capacity. Our chariots pass streaming beyond in their travelings. When, O Mitra, you have your far voyaging vision, and we are the illumined seers, may we arrive in the effort of our journey to a self-empire spread out widely open and governing its multitudes. Oh, peace, peace, peace.